this video of Oracle, we are going to learn about our topic number 3, that is character data type used in Oracle. So let's move on. Data type used in Oracle. Data type. So in a Oracle, the classification of data has been done by the Oracle Corporation, and we will study the types of it. We will study the character data type, number data type, date data type, and log data type. You will be thinking of the log data type, I think so. It is nothing but the handling the files or the images, the photos. So let's move on the character data type. So what is the character data type? How we are going to use it? So let's just call the basic fundamental that is needed to study any kind of language. But Oracle is not any kind of language. It is a database, totally database management system. So let's move on the topics that we are considering for the whole syllabus of the Oracle. So focus on this and learn something from it. So it is basically we are going to talk about data type. So Oracle has character data type, number data type, date data type, and log data type. So let's move on. Character data type. Now we are thinking about the characters. What is the character? So character data type, we can define it like the character data type stores character alphanumerical data in strings. We are saying about the character data type. Now we have to move on forward and look forward for what is the character data type. Actually, what the meaning of character? So meaning is simple. It is stored character. And what is character? Character means alphabetic as well as numerical data. So we call it as a string. So we know that a string contains alphanumerical character, and the properties of the character data type here in the Oracle is that character data type stores alphanumerical data in strings with wide values corresponding to the character encoding schemes, generally called as a character set or a code base. So we can say that the character data type stored character alphanumerical data, word having certain bytes it can store. So we are just going to learn about the character data type and its type in Oracle. What generally we studied in C language about the unsigned value and signed value and the range of the character, that is plus 127 to minus 127. But here in Oracle, its data type is different. So we are just going to learn about this. Moving on, the database character set is established when you create the database. Okay, so it's logical things we can say. Examples of character set are 7-bit ASCII. Now what do you mean by ASCII? That is the American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which was established, and it is the set of a 7-bit to store, as we have studied about the bit and about the byte also. So 7-bit and 1 byte contain 8 bits. Okay, so 0 and 1 is 1 bit. Okay, and the whole character contain 8 bit. Okay, the whole character contain 8 bytes. Okay. Now moving on the American Standard Code information interchange. This this was the standard code applied to all the worldwide who were using this code. And also EBCDIC, extended binary coded decimal interchange code. This is actually nothing but what we say character set. So we have studied here about the corresponding to the character encoding schemes, generally called as a character set, yeah, code base or code base. So we are talking about the character set. Now character set have different according to different reasons. Everyone used to develop their character set or code base, we can say. America develop American standard code for information interchange. Some other company develop EBC, DIC, extended binary coded decimal interchange code. Japan developed Japan extended Unix, and many more character set, or you can say code base like Unicode UTF-8. So we are using these all data type, all data structure, and with the help of this all we can or implement it in our development in our Oracle systems. So we can say that a character set are 7-bit ASCII American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which was the first character set were developed by the Americans. Japan also developed extended Unix and Unicode UTF-8. So this all was the, we can say, character set or code base. So let's move on the types of character data type. So character data type classified into 5 characters, and these are most important for understanding the Oracle. That is CAD. First one is CAD. VARCAD2. This is the another data type. In character data type. VARCAD. Another data type in character data type. And VARCAD and VARCAD2. So these are the, we can say, these are the character data type used in the Oracle. Now move on the first topic, that is CAD. What do you mean by CAD? What is the application of it? How we are just going to use it? Then one by one we will deal with this all. So moving on the topic, that is CAD. The CAD data type store fixed length character strings. So this is very important point about CAD. That CAD data type store fixed length of character, means having fixed length. If we use CAD, then it store fixed length of character as a strings. So if I talk about when you create a table with CAD columns, what you must specify a string length in byte or character between 1 and 100, we can say 2000 bytes for the CAD column width. So it is very important point to remember. When we are just going to use the CAD data type, then we have to think for the moment that it is stored fixed length of character strings. So if we are applying it, then we have and must know its value, its range, that how it is going to be stored, the length of the strings, and its range is between 1 to 2000 bytes. Okay, so we can say the range of the CAD is 1 byte to 2000 byte, and it contains or it stores fixed length of character strings. So this is very important section in data type of character data type, we can say. So if we are using the character data type, then we must and have to think before proceeding it, that it is stored fixed length of character string. First point is very important, fixed length of character strings. When you create a table with char column, you must specify a string length, that is the length of the string in byte or character. One byte means one character, so its range will be and between 1 byte to 2000 byte, means one character to 2000 character we are setting and implementing on it. So moving on the next data type of character data type, that is the char, and the talk about the default value is 1 byte. Char data type is have a default value 1 byte, so we can say that it by default the system generate will be 1 byte. Oracle then guaranteed that when you, what Oracle guarantees us, so when you insert or update a row in the table, if you are using the char column, when you insert or update a row in the table, the value for the char column has the fixed length. So when I am just going to insert or update a row in the table, then I have to specify the value of the char column to be fixed, and that is the most important point here. If you give a shorter value, then the rest area will padded with null in the blank area. That is also most important point. So this is the features of the char, we can say. So what the Oracle has guaranteed? So it guaranteed that Oracle have guaranteed that if I am using the char column, if I am using the char data type, which is of the type data type, that is the character data type, then we are just going to insert or update a row in the table. Then at that time the value for the char column has the fixed length and must have a fixed length. If you give a shorter value, then the rest area will be padded with null in the blank area. So this is the two most important point where we are just using the char data type. So let's move on the next data type, that is if we talk about the char data type, that was storing value is too large, Oracle database return an error. If we can say that if a value is too large than the limit, and its limit was between from 1 byte to 2000 byte, so we can say that if a value is too large, then Oracle database return an error. So this was the char. What we have learned in the char, that its length should be fixed. Its length is going to be fixed for the string. So its length is fixed in the Oracle, and Oracle has guaranteed that when you are going to insert or update a row in the table, then the char column must have a fixed length. And also, if the value is too large, then Oracle database return an error. And if the value is shorter, then Oracle is going to space that value, padded that value, and your data is going to be entered with a blank space. So this was the char. Now moving on the next data type of character data type, let's move on the var-char2. This is the another very important data type, that is character data type. So the var-char2 data type stores variable length character strings. So as we have seen that the char data type stores fixed length of the strings. Okay. Now what it said, that var-char2 data type stores variable length of the character strings, and this is the difference between the char data type, char character data type, and var-char character data type. So I think you have understood the differences between it. The var-char2 data type stores variable length of its character strings, but char data type stores fixed length of the character strings. So what Oracle guaranteed us and how we are just going to use it. Let's see. When you create a table with varchar 2 columns, here you are seeing varchar 2. Here you are seeing varchar 2 columns. And now column means what? So we can say that when you are going to create a table with varchar 2, then you are specifying that column with and having to store a variable length character string, variable length of character strings. So with the varchar 2, you are saying to the Oracle compiler to think over the data type that we are using. The Oracle compiler understood this as the varchar 2, that is the variable length character strings. So it will specify this column with varchar 2 specification. So when we create a table with varchar 2 column, you specify maximum string length, that is the range between 1 byte to 4000 byte. 1 byte to 4000 byte means 1 character to 4000 characters for the varchar 2 columns. So if we compare with the char, again I am talking about the char because it is also the part of the character data type. So if we talk about the char, which is also the part of the character data type, so we can say there was a fixed length for storing the strings, and in varchar 2 that the variable length character string can be stored. In char there was a range between 1 byte to 2000 byte, means 1 character to 2000 character. What in the varchar 2 we are seeing here is that between 1 byte to 4000 byte, and that is the most important part, and that is the most important section. We can say that varchar 2 has a facility to store variable length of the character strings, and its range is between 1000 to 4000 byte, that is 1 character to 4000 characters for the varchar 2. And also the size of varchar 2 will vary depend on the data for the particular column. So it means that the size of varchar 2 is going to vary. So depending on the particular column, if I am using the employee ID, then its data type or the size of the varchar 2 I will use or give 10. If I am going to use the ename, then I am going to give him the size as 12, and so on. So we can say that the size of the varchar 2 will vary depending on the data for the particular columns. Now here we have an example. Assume you declare a column varchar 2 with a maximum size of 50 characters. Okay, the maximum size of 50 character. Okay, and we have considered here that varchar 2 stores the strings or the character strings of variable length. Okay, and its range is between 1 byte to 4000 byte, means 1 character to 4000 character it can store the value, and I am using a maximum size of 50 character here. So in a single byte character set, if only 10 characters are given for the character columns value in a particular rows, the column in the rows pi store only the 10 character 10 bytes, not 15 bytes, and that is the most important part. If I am using varchar 2 in the employee ID as a 10 and I am providing him the maximum size of 50 character, then it is not going to store 50 character because I have already declared that employee ID should have size 10 character and not exceeding more than that. So if we are using the varchar 2, then these things need to be clarified, that the data type, what kind of data type I am using and what the size of data type I am using. So if the size is 10, then I am not going to exceed it up to 50 or 100. I have to store that data in 10 byte and not greater than that, because that will violate the condition of the varchar 2. So this is the most important example. So if you are not getting a point, then again listen that I have talked about I'm talking about the varchar 2, which is the data type, which is the character data type. Okay, now suppose I am taking employee ID, okay, as a column name, employee ID. So if I have declared varchar 2 as a size of 10 there in the employee ID, and in the insertion process I am giving the employee ID as a 50 characters and storing the value there, then varchar 2's size has been violated there, and the system is not going to store that value. And that is so simple to say, and that is so simple to understand also. So it was really the fact about the varchar 2. If the size of 50 character there, so in a single byte character set, if only 10 characters are given for the varchar 2 columns, value in a particular rows, the column in the rows piece store only 10 characters byte, not 50 character, and that is so important. So moving on the next data type, that is varchar. So overall we have studied the char data type. Okay, after that we have studied about the varchar 2 data type, and after that I am going to learn about the varchar 2, the varchar data type, not varchar 2 data type. We are going to learn about the varchar. So what was the difference of the char? So if you compare the differences, then you can understand easily. So if we can say that char data type store fixed length of data type, and also it has a limit that it will not exceed its data size to be 2001, because it has range that it can store the data from 1 byte to 2000 byte, means 1 character to 2000 character. And also we have studied about the varchar 2, that it can store the data from 1 byte to 4000 byte, that is 1 byte to, that is 1 character to 4000 character. Now we are going to learn about the varchar, which is also the character data type. So let's move on the varchar. The varchar data type is synonymous with the varchar 2 data types. So it is matching. So it is matching with the varchar 2. To avoid possible changes in behavior, always use the varchar 2 data types to store variable length character strings. So it is same as the varchar 2. Varchar is same as varchar 2. What I am just advising you to use varchar 2 data type in database. Okay, so varchar 2 has greater benefits of using it as compared to varchar, and its function and its range is same, no any difference. So okay, so moving on the next data type, that is nchar and nvarchar 2. Nchar and nvarchar 2 are Unicode data type that store Unicode character data. So we are talking about the nchar, not char, because char has limitation. Char has a limitation that it stores data of fixed length, and also its range will between 1 byte to 2000 byte, that is 1 character to 2000 character. And we have talked about the n var2 also, that we can go and throw any kind of data in it, because it has a variable length of character strings. Now talking about the nchar and nvar2. So the character set of nchar and nvar2 data types can only be either AL16UTF-16 or UTF-8. So in these two base code or character set, these two facilities were given. So we can say that the character set of nchar and nvar2 data type can only be either it will be AL16 UTF-16 or either it will be UTF-8, and is specified at database creation time as the national character set. So we can say that nvar2 are the Unicode data type. It can run only in the Unicode data types like AL16, UTF-16 or UTF-8. So AL16, UTF-16 and UTF-8 are both Unicode encoding, and it is really a most important part also for the character data type. Okay, so we have studied that nchar and nvar2 can only be run or can only be compiled in AL16, UTF-16 and UTF-8. So if we wanted to use nvar2 and nvar, then it is going to run in the Unicode data type, and that is AL16, UTF-16 and UTF-8. So moving on the nchar, the maximum length of nchar column is 2000 byte. So it is same as what we have talked about the char. Char also store the data of 2000 byte. Okay, it can hold up to 2000 character. It means that 1 byte is equal to 1 character, 8 bit is equal to 1 byte, and 1 byte is equal to 1 character. And the nchar can store up to 2000 byte. It means it can store and hold the data up to 2000 character. So the actual data is subject to the maximum byte limit of 2000. So this is also what we have talked in the char. So we can say that char and nchar both are same. What? There is different in it. Nchar can only be compiled or only be run in the Unicode data type, and char can run anywhere. So we can say that nchar can run only on the Unicode data type, that is it can run on the UTF-8, AL16 or UTF-16. So we can say and differentiate these two terms, char and nchar. If we differentiate it, we understand the total concept of it, the full concept behind it, that nchar can store the maximum length up to 2000 byte. It means that it can hold up to 2000 characters. Okay, this is the nchar. And what char? Same as that of nchar. What the only difference between these two is that nchar can only be run or compiled in the UTF-16, which is the Unicode data type. UTF-16, UTF-8 or AL16. What? Char can run anywhere on the any type of base code, character set. So moving on the next data type, that is nvar2. Now the maximum length of nvar2 column is 4000 byte. We are talking about these things. As we have talked earlier that varchar to data type maximum is 4000 bytes, so it is same as that of n varchar. It can hold up to 4000 character. So everything is same. Everything is same. Varchar to and varchar to. Everything is same. What difference lies in between? That it can run or compile in the Unicode data type that can only be allowed in the UTF-8 and AL16 and UTF-16. So this all was the data type, character data type that we have learned today. In the next section, we are going to learn about numerical data type, which is used in the Oracle part. So, thanks for watching. धन्यवाद.